Sam Sulek is a 21-year-old from Delaware whose popularity has literally exploded. Just since June, his profile on YouTube has gained more than 1 million new subscribers. Today, he is watched by around 1.4 million people. It's no wonder, because the guy is basically huge. He measures 5 feet 11 inches, whereas his weight has already exceeded 240 pounds. Even to people with such warped standards in terms of judging the size and mass as us, it's a very impressive result. The guy is huge and at the same time cut, with a six-pack that is visible almost without any flexing. He has a great separation of chest and deltoid muscles with the ability to differentiate all the muscle fascicles. For his size and body fat level, there's no excessive vascularization here. I can bet he only has around 12% body fat. Nevertheless, if he decided to undergo even a minor reduction, there's a potential for visible veins in many areas here. You can see great genetics and a lot of opportunities for achieving great results in IFBB competitions. These genetics could already be seen while he was growing up. I would like to mention once again that good genetics can already be noticed at an early age. Children with good predispositions are the most athletic compared to their peer groups. Sulek, at the age of 6, got signed up for diving practices, and after just a year, he started winning competitions. He remained an athlete for his entire life, and even recently he represented his school in national-level competitions. The pictures available from when he first entered diving, which was also in high school, clearly show his competing potential. Working out with weights, the muscle mass level he already showed as a teenager was better than that of many adult guys who work out at the gym. I would even say it was better than most of them. The response of Sam's muscles to any workout stimulation is downright phenomenal, and even the relatively weak hypertrophic stimuli provided by training in gymnastics and diving allowed him to look at the age of 17 like many people will never look. Let's ask ourselves a question here though. Is even having good genetics enough to build such gigantic physique naturally? Of course not. And Sulek mainly owes his increase in popularity to claiming to be a natural. Obviously, this has been under attack from the start. However, this was apparently what Sam wanted, as this increases his reaches after all, as well as gets him a constantly growing fan base. At first, he was mainly famous on TikTok. He also published on YouTube and other social media, although these weren't the main channels he provided his content through. His first TikTok from 25th of June 2022 barely reached 15,000 views and gained 600 likes after 12 months. On the other hand, as recently as September of the same year, he published videos with 100,000 views. In February, he posted the first TikTok that was watched more than 1 million times and gained nearly 200,000 likes. Sulek went viral thanks to remakes of his videos, such as these, for example.
Holy! Oh my God, it's a fucking fire truck.
With YouTube, he started for real on the 15th of January this year. His first material to this day has been watched more than 500,000 times, which took it 8 months. A video from last week has gained nearly 2 million views, and most of the content published recently doesn't go below 500,000 views. On the other hand, different types of harsher remarks or just downright negative comments have been posted on nearly every social media platform. Sulek himself, however, is consciously pushing the emotional spiral even more and even further. He wants the attention because that's how he built his entire popularity. He likes to cause controversies, and he is clearly provoking his viewers himself. One of the ways he does it is when, as an advice, he asks his viewers to start ego lifting, which is, let me remind you, lifting heavier weights than what allows to maintain an adequate technique. Then there are times when he will mock people with lower mass than his own, saying that if he were to listen to advice from people tinier than him, he would end up tiny himself. What got him even better reaches than that, however, is an improved version of this trolling, in which he adds women to the equation. As in, don't listen to women and little people or you will get little too. He also attacks the so-called science lifters, or those who base their workouts on the available scientific sources, suggesting that the so-called bro science better translates to reality. But let's get back for a moment to the topic that is actually the decisive driving force of Sam's media image, which is the issue of naturalness, or more like pretended naturalness. And it is quite likely that it is pretended on purpose, because when we look at his content, there's a lot of difference between him and, say, Simian Panda, O'Hearn, or the Naturals from Instagram and other social media. Sulek, when talking about his naturalness, seems to be trolling the whole time, and in a way that is at least as obvious as when recommending ego lifting or insulting people smaller than him. When posing, he passionately presents his big red boils, and they cover nearly the entirety of his upper parts: the back, chest, shoulders, even arms and face. What should be more concerning, though, is the way he talks. Compared to his first videos, you can see a difference in the tone, timbre, and just the speech pattern, which suggests using one of the most dangerous steroids, trenbolone, and not in small doses either. Those who take trenbolone complain about the so-called tren cough, which is a very specific form of coughing. It is a coughing fit lasting up to a minute that occurs a moment after taking a steroid injection. On top of that, trenbolone strongly elevates the blood pressure and influences the aerobic capacity. According to reports, even low or medium doses can significantly lower the fitness level. With bigger doses, a specific way of talking can be observed, like in a person with very advanced obesity. This is linked to breathing difficulties. Such people seem to be out of breath even when having a conversation, and that's the way, if you ask me and many other people, Sam Sulek talks. This is likely also the reason why his diet looks similar to that of an obese person and is based mostly on eating sugar-rich processed foods. This product is known for making it difficult to gain bigger amounts of body fat. It is quite possible that Sam is also taking a growth hormone with insulin. This is evidenced by, among other things, how soon he starts eating his post-workout meal after finishing a workout, despite a very large volume pre-workout meal that is eaten around an hour and a half earlier. Of course, both meals are similarly low quality. However, what products he actually uses in his protocol, as well as how enormous their doses are, is merely within the realm of our speculations, because after all, according to the content he publishes on social media, we're dealing with the 100% natural here. John Joshua James, just like Sam Sulek, has a reckless approach to the topic of taking steroids. Unlike Sam, there are no visible results in John's case besides acne. Check out the suggested video where I discuss his story.